Wild Area 2025 is here, with the Impidimp line being the star of the event. How good is the fairy and dark type that is Grimmsnarl? We're analyzing its viability in raids, PvP, and max battles, so let's get into it. Welcome back. Grimmsnarl is one of my favorite Galar Pokemon, so I'm really excited to see it at last, during a big event nonetheless. Looking at its stats, Grimmsnarl has a fairly average 227 attack, a lower 139 defense, but then a much higher 216 stamina. And for moves, it has Bite, Sucker Punch, and Low Kick for fast attacks, along with Foul Play, Dark Pulse, Play Rough, and Power Up Punch for charged attacks. On the rating side of things, Grimmsnarl isn't it. There are plenty of better dark attackers that are easier to power up, like Weavile, Absol, Incineroar, and of course any of the top counters. If you're looking for a good dark attacker this event, Tyranitar will be featured as a mighty Pokemon, and Shadow Darkrai will debut in raids. But back to Grimmsnarl, let's now look at PvP, where it's a little more interesting. I will say, Grimmsnarl's bulk isn't that impressive. In both the Great and Ultra League, it has bulk between Greninja and Charizard, so definitely not something that can take hits. On the bright side though, Dark and Fairy is a really unique typing, one that offers resistances against Dragon, Dark, Ghost, and Psychic, only being weak to Steel, Poison, and Fairy itself. In addition though, Grimmsnarl has a decent selection of moves. The star of the show is Sucker Punch as its fast move, probably the best move it could have received. For charged moves, it'll always want Play Rough for coverage, which is also its highest power move, but from there, you can either pair it with Foul Play or Power Up Punch. Foul Play is a tad more expensive, but provides more solid stab dark damage, but Power Up Punch is only 35 energy, provides coverage against steel types, and boosts subsequent moves. I wouldn't say there's a vastly better choice here. Power Up Punch looks better in simulations, but that's assuming you can successfully use it to bait your opponent's shields and hit a boosted move unshielded, which obviously doesn't always play out. Foul Play is overall more consistent, but it doesn't have the highs of Power Up Punch. Just a quick additional note, due to its higher bulk in the Great League, the middle evolution Morgrem actually sees slightly better play in that league compared to Grimmsnarl. Its bulk nets at a few additional wins, like Shadow Marowak, Stunfisk, and Galarian Moltres, which is nice. Although Morgrem does need to be powered up over 40 to approach 1500 combat power, so it's a heavier investment to be sure. Compared to last year's Toxtricity, I'd say Grimmsnarl was definitely a step up, but it's still a niche Pokemon for PvP. That said, I think it can find a place on teams and could especially be fun in limited formats. But lastly, we move over to its biggest potential, being max battles. It's obviously the Gmax Grimmsnarl we'll be focusing on. At level 3 max attack level, Gmax Grimmsnarl has an effective attack of around 292, which is definitely impressive. This makes it the new best dark max attacker in the game. It will eventually be overtaken by Gigantamax Single Strike Urshifu, but that still may be a ways off. The issue, however, is that Dark and Ghost typically hit most of the same bosses for super effective damage, and Gigantamax Gengar will have a much higher attack, closer to 335. So against most opponents, Gmax Gengar will just be better. That said, there is still a case for having a dark type over Gengar sometimes. If your two tanks are taken down, Grimmsnarl would likely last longer against a boss compared to Gengar, but it's still a niche scenario. Overall, Grimmsnarl isn't a must-have in any area of the game, but I wouldn't call it dex filler either. Let us know your thoughts on the Impidimp line down in the comments below. It's one of my favorite Galar Pokemon lines, so I'm excited regardless. If you found this analysis helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be entering the Go Tour hype season pretty soon, so it'll be exciting to see what's in store for that. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching, and best of luck during the Wild Area event. Take care.